This is New York, and somehow I took this video on an empty street in Manhattan. Here's my diary from my 4th day in New York. Today I went Grand Central, got into a fight with a random guy. I'll tell you the story later in my video. Then went to Central Park, the National History Museum, and even saw a protest. First, Grand Central was gorgeous. Everyone was taking photos in this historic spot, so of course I joined the crowd. On my way to Central Park, I stopped by Starbucks, and that's where I got into trouble with some guy. I was waiting for the restroom behind two kids who looked around 10 or something, but someone inside wasn't coming out over 10 minutes. So the kids knocked a few times, and eventually they just gave up and they left. So I just sat around the restroom quietly and waited. And a huge man walked out another 5 minutes later, and he accused me by knocking. Then he started throwing a racism comments. "This is why we don't need foreigners in America." Something like that. So I clapped back in Korean, which is slang and very strong words, and his eyes started shaking and walked away to his seat. Of course he was embarrassing because if he cannot understand any single word. Honestly, he just looked like someone not fully okay, so I just left that. Anyway, back to enjoying my trip. I arrived at Natural History Museum, and if these creatures were alive, they'd be terrifying. I had such a great time there. On my way to the next spot, I found a street market. I'm so lucky today. We picked up roasted corn and grabbed a lamb stick. And suddenly there was a protest. Even protests in US felt so diverse. Because of those events, the streets were blocked. So I got to take a photo in almost empty New York street. Such a rare experience. I also visited the Intrepid Museum and the toy store from Home Alone 2. The holiday crowd was crazy. I saw Rockefeller Center and St. Patrick's Cathedral, and they were having a wedding there. Wow, I think today was my lucky day. I stopped by Skims, but everything was so hot, I couldn't really buy anything. And finished my day with the Chinese at Tipsy Shanghai. Next video is I lost my bag. Oh.